A hit-and-run crash in Pulaski County left a man riding a bicycle with serious injuries. 911 calls revealing how witnesses tried to help him.
We have video of a man police say has robbed this gas station 6 times in the last 3 months.
He's had a great season so far, and today UK's Tyler Eulis has received some awards as the Cats prepare for the SEC tournament.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Witnesses say it was a horrible scene. They say a truck hit a man riding a bicycle, but the driver left without helping that man who was hit.
Now the victim is fighting for his life as police search for that driver. The crash happened last night on Highway 80 in Pulaski County, east of Somerset. Today, Phil Pendleton obtained some of the 911 calls made by people who tried to help the injured man. It's our top story at 6.
Drivers on busy Kentucky 80 between Somerset and London called 911 to warn of a man pulling or pushing a shopping cart, but then moments later,
we need an ambulance. It looks like maybe someone was hit. They're in the road. Looks like maybe he was pushing like a shopping cart.
Police say the man, 23-year-old Terrell Hardin, had actually been riding a bike, pulling the cart, when he was hit by a pickup truck.
Hey, is he off the roadway?
No, he can't move.
He's in the middle of the roadway?
I've got part of the roadblock. He's kind of over to the side, but we can't move him. He can't move his legs.
Witnesses told police the driver of a black Ford Ranger stopped to inspect the damage to his truck, but then took off.
You actually talked to him?
Just for a split second. He said, I hit him. I said, you hit a person? And he said, yeah, and the bicycle was underneath the front end of his pickup.
Police say the truck driver is a Hispanic man who turned around and drove back towards Somerset following the crash. Witnesses say he was wearing a T-shirt and jeans.
Yes, he must have been needing to leave for some reason. Maybe he wanted, or he was afraid of being arrested.
Police say the black Ford Ranger pickup will likely have front-end damage. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
UK Hospital says the injured man is listed in critical condition tonight.
In the last 10 weeks, a Lexington gas station, one station, has been robbed 6 times. And tonight, Lexington police think the same man is behind each of those robberies. The most recent happened this morning, and police have not been able to track down the robbery suspect. But they're hoping that newly released surveillance video will help them do that. Kristen Kennedy is tracking the investigation tonight.
6 times in less than 3 months. Lexington police say one man is behind the latest robberies at this speedway off Versailles Road. Investigators say he's not robbing the store on a particular day of the week. He is, they say, coming in between 2 and 4 a.m. His approach is always the same.
He immediately, as soon as he breaches the front door, raises the handgun and points it at the face of one of the clerks. He does that in every single instance, as we can see.
Investigators are calling this man brazen and violent. They say many of the clerks working here are afraid.
He's coming in waving a gun in somebody's face, and it's just a matter of time before he shoots somebody else or the police interrupt this robbery and come in on it and he gets killed.
Detective Mark Thomas has a pretty good description of the man. He says he's black, around 6 feet tall, with a thin build, in his 20s.
We believe that we have a person that's probably going to be an addict that's living in the immediate area because he's using the same route into and out of this location at every time.
Detective Thomas says he does not have a getaway car. They've increased patrols in the area in the hopes of catching him. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
And police say the suspect will face multiple first-degree robbery charges when he's finally caught.
Tonight, Lexington police have arrested 2 more people for the shooting death of a teenager earlier this year. Police have charged 19-year-old Marquez Smith and another person who was a juvenile at the time of the shooting with murder. 2 other juveniles were already in custody. Police say the victim, 18-year-old Caleb Hallett, was shot on University Avenue in January. Garrett Weimer has the update.
The 2 suspects arrested today are believed to be the final piece of the puzzle of who police say was involved in that deadly shooting on January 9th. Investigators say they are 19-year-old Marquez Smith and another suspect whose name has not been released because police say he was a juvenile at the time of the shooting. Police say they have been looking for them ever since they obtained arrest warrants 3 days after Caleb Hallett was shot and killed on University Avenue, not far from UK's campus. Police say the 18-year-old Hallett and another person were inside a car. when two men in masks walked up and shot inside the car. The suspects arrested today are two of 5 people investigators believe are connected to the case. 2 juveniles had already been arrested. Investigators say another suspect, 21-year-old Kenyon Hips, shot and killed himself while on the run in Ohio 10 days after the murder. Smith and the other suspect are now charged with first-degree assault, 2 counts of first-degree robbery, and murder. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Lexington police say the other person with Hallett was shot in the hand but survived. They also say this case is still under investigation. New tonight, Lexington police are looking for a burglar who stole food from a Lexington restaurant. Employees of Nick Ryan's on Jefferson Street told police that early Sunday morning someone cut open padlocks and chains to get to some exterior walk-in coolers. They say the burglar then stole food and drink items from the coolers worth more than $400.
We have an update tonight on water quality tests around an Estill County landfill where naturally occurring radioactive waste was illegally dumped. Estill County leaders say a pond and a creek in that area showed levels within the drinking water standards. They say that state health leaders assured them that there is not a public threat or a threat to landfill workers from anything found in those water samples. They've also said that air samples in the area have shown nothing dangerous. More air and water tests are being planned in the coming days. A stretch of Man o' War Boulevard in Lexington has reopened after being closed for many hours because of a crash. Police say the 2 tractor trailers collided on Man o' War Boulevard at the Richmond Road intersection about 6 this morning. Both the drivers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The inner loop of Man o' War was closed while emergency crews unloaded both the trailers and cleaned up leaked diesel fuel.
It is a spring-like day across the bluegrass with sunshine and warm temperatures. And if you enjoyed the weather today, you're going to enjoy tomorrow as well. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast.
Yeah, all of a sudden we are doing something right in the wonderful world of weather. We're getting in on some true springtime stuff out there, and it's going to roll on, as Amber mentioned, for the next couple of days. Sun getting ready to set, you know, at this time next week. That sunset's going to be later. We spring forward this Sunday morning, by the way. What we're looking at right now is upper 60s to low 70s across the entire area, under mostly sunny skies, 40% humidity. Most areas today hitting the low and mid 70s. A couple of spots into the upper 60s where we've had a little cloud cover. Lexington, Maysville, down into Harlan and parts of the Middlesboro area. If you're out this evening, we're going to stay in the 60s for the most part right on through 11 o'clock this evening. Some of those clouds now zipping across our skyline. Nothing that will produce precipitation, so that's the good news. Bad news, eventually we will get some clouds that will bring some thunderstorms into town by Thursday, and then on and off through the upcoming weekend. A new hour-by-hour forecast with some hefty rain totals over the next 6 days, guys. We'll break that down together when I come back in less than 10 minutes.
Chris, thank you. Democrats hold a slight majority in the Kentucky House, but Republicans hope a special election today will change that. 4 seats are up for grabs today, and the polls have just closed in 3 of the races. Right now, Democrats hold a 50 to 46 majority in the House, but if Republicans win all 4, it would be a 50-50 tie. It would be the first time since 1920 that Democrats wouldn't control the chamber.
2 of today's races are in central Kentucky in the 62nd district, which includes parts of Fayette, Scott, and Owen counties. Voters choose between Republican Philip Pratt and Democrat Chuck Tackett. And in the 54th district, which includes parts of Boyle and Casey counties, voters choose between Republican Daniel Elliott and Democrat Bill Nolker. We'll have some of the early returns later in this newscast. You can also find updated results on tonight's races on our website, WKYT.com, and also on the WKYT News app.
The Cats begin their run in the SEC tournament on Friday, but today Tyler Eulis received several awards for his play during the regular season, and this afternoon he talked about the honors. Rob Bromley joins us now with more. A special day for that guy, Rob.
Well, it really is. Tyler Eulis is going down as one of the great point guards in UK history. Today he walked off with a bunch of honors, including SEC Player of the Year. He is also Defensive Player of the Year and a USA Today First Team All-American. Tyler is only 5'9", but his game is top-notch at both ends. He explained how he's managed to do it defensively.
Oh yeah, definitely. With my size, I have to, use my IQ to my advantage. And when teams run a certain play over and over again, you get used to it and you know what they're running. And then with the walkthroughs in practice, walking through what they do and stuff like that, you just got to pay attention to detail.
Jamal Murray, also named first team All-SEC. He is also on the all-freshman team. Ben Simmons of LSU was named freshman of the year in the conference. Sam, Amber.
Rob, thank you. The SEC tournament starts tomorrow night. The Cats will not play, though, until Friday against either Ole Miss or Alabama. If you are heading to the SEC tournament in Nashville later this week, you'll need to know about some security measures at Bridgestone Arena.
The SEC says that all bags will be searched, and bags that are too large will not be allowed in the arena in Nashville. You'll also have to walk through metal detectors before going into the arena. You cannot bring in backpacks or coolers, selfie sticks, GoPro cameras, laser pointers, and noise-making devices are also banned. The SEC is also encouraging fans to arrive at the arena early to make sure that they have enough time to get through all that security. For more information on security measures, just go to WKYT.com.
A Lexington nonprofit art organization needs your help keeping art accessible to the community. LexArts kicked off its Fund for the Arts campaign today at the Kentucky Theater. Organization leaders say the arts community in Lexington relies on donations to keep art affordable.
The nonprofit arts community really relies on philanthropy because if we were to charge everyone exactly what it costs to see a museum show or to see a theater show, no one could afford it.
If you would like to donate to LexArts, you can do so online. We have a link on WKYT.com. Just look for this story.
Now